In the last month or so, I've made upwards of $22,000 on my trading and investing accounts. And I'm going to talk to you about how they came about. So stay tuned, let's get into it. So we are about to head into the office. I am recruiting some help today though. I've got my girlfriend here with me and we are gonna head to the office and get some things done, pick up some things, and then we're gonna head out. Before we do, I always like to pay my helper in some sort of currency and she wants coffee. So let's get some coffee. Almost forgot how to get to my office space. It's been a few weeks. Man, I can honestly say, I never thought I would miss an office space so much. But it's good to be back in here, pick up some things, and yeah. Look at that view. With the springtime, it looks even prettier than usual. You can see all the green and the trees and stuff. Gorgeous. Hey traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Nick, and here on my channel, I talk all about trading and investing. I talk about my own journey as a trader, the failures, the successes, like this video. And the thing is, you can't have the successes without having the failures too. Maybe a month and a half back or so, I talked about one of the darkest times as a trader. Personally, last week, I was down upwards of $35,000. With all of this volatility that we currently have in the markets, with things going crazy up and down, the ups and the downs have been definitely kind of amplified, if you will. So a couple months ago, I had a really, really tough month, and this month is possibly, like I said, I think it is the best month that I've ever had trading and investing. So what I'm going to do, I've got my phone here, and I'll screen record kind of going through my different trading on some of the different accounts that I run and talking a little bit about kind of this month. So I guess the first thing we'll do is obviously one of the biggest growth gainers, if you've watched some of my recent videos, is the $50,000 that I put into the stock market. So I bought $50,000 more of stocks recently, and what I'll do is I'll pull up my WeBull account and you can see here's my real account. This is a $50,000 portfolio that I built, and in the last 1 month, you can see 3 months ago I didn't even have the account. So in the last 1 month, it's up 17.63%, which amounts to just about $9,132. So this is a really good gain on my stock market portfolio. Now, when I made this video initially, I got a lot of criticism for people who were saying that you should not be buying the stock market. It's just going to tank. It's going to go to nothing. You're going to lose all your money. And I got a ton of that sort of feedback from people. And I bought stocks partially due to this. We had a rare situation about a month and a half ago where the market was extremely pessimistic, absolutely so negative and so bearish everywhere you looked, and stocks were just falling out of bed. I personally took that opportunity, as crazy as it sounded in that moment. I bought stocks, and I said it in the video. Maybe we'll roll a little clip of when I first bought that $50,000 worth of stocks. 2020 stock portfolio that I've added $50,000 to in a time of a serious market crash. And I knew that it was going to be very, very controversial, and a lot of people were very, very bearish at the time. News headlines were extremely negative with the current situation that we were all facing at the time, right? And so I knew that it was going to be a controversial purchase, but I bought stocks anyways because I wanted to basically buy the dip on a otherwise good economy, some really solid companies that I liked. So that brings me to the next point, which is basically going through some of the stock picks that I made. And maybe we'll just go through some of the biggest winners of the portfolio before we move on to some of the other accounts, such as my Bitcoin account, my Robinhood account, and some of the currency exchange market accounts that I've got running. So what we'll do is we'll look at some of the biggest winners, I guess. The biggest winner by far, possibly the best trade that I've made in the last month or so, was definitely Tesla. So at the time of making this video, I bought Tesla at $499.99, so just under the $500 mark, and it has since then traded all the way up to current price levels, which is at $827 a share at the time of making this video. So I bought 10 shares at $499.99, and now at this point I am up 65.53% on those positions. That's an unrealized, key on the unrealized, I've not yet closed this trade, an unrealized profit of about $3,265 just from this one trade by itself. And this is a trade that I've held for maybe a little over a month. I bought it March 27th at the time of making this. It is the end of April, so just about 1 month. The next big trade that is going to be huge on this account is the Google purchases that I made. I bought 6 shares of Google at a price of $1,113. And today it is trading at $13.33, which is a net gain of just under 20% at 19.74%. $1,300 here on Google. So that was another great one in the account. Now, I guess the next one that we can look at is, of course, the very popular Apple stock, which I am up 16.8% on, $1,000 on this trade by itself as well. And I bought this one again right around March 27th. I bought a lot of these stocks right around the same time. We had a little bit of a dip after the initial crash that we saw. There was a little bit of a resurgence, and I bought after we dipped after that. Maybe I'll pull up a chart and share that with you guys, just the technical reasons behind why I purchased the stock market here. So I guess there are some other trades in here, and one of my favorite trades and one of the biggest, I guess, percentage gainers was my purchase of Facebook. So Facebook is a stock that I really believe in, just like I believe in Google. I think that there's a lot of similarities. If you watch my YouTube channel, then you know that I make money somewhat from ad revenue as well here on YouTube. Well, Facebook and Google are in the business of selling advertising online. You know those billboards that you see and you may or may not pay attention to when you're driving? Well, Facebook and Google are like the new versions of that, because everybody's using the internet, and obviously when you click on a video or you scroll through Instagram, Facebook and Google are making money selling those advertisements. I'm a big believer in both of those companies, so I own both of them. Well, Facebook has vastly outperformed Google even, making a whopping 31% in the last 1 month or so since I purchased this stock at around $156 a share. Since then, again, up 31%, a really good return here on Facebook, netting me about a $1,200 return. Okay, and so there's some other stocks in here. We've got McDonald's, we've got Disney, Facebook. You can watch the full video if you want on these particular stock picks, but this brings me maybe to the next account that we'll talk about, which at this time, I believe in the last month, has made me just about $3,300, which we will take a look now at my Robinhood portfolio. So my Robinhood portfolio, unlike WeBull, is another account that I've held for a lot longer. Now, disclaimer here, this account has actually been really down since the all-time highs that we had back at the beginning of the year and in 2019. So to be fair here, this account is up quite a bit in the last month, but it was down before that. So we're just kind of grabbing back some of the gains that we had lost. So here's the thing. In the last 1 month, you can see at the screen here, we've gone up just about $3,300 on this portfolio. And so what I want to do is just run through maybe a couple of the big winners here on this account. And what you'll notice is that some of them are very similar to the previous one. So Google being a pretty good winner here, up only about 5% because I bought this on a higher price range when I bought Google on this account, but still making a good return. And you can see here that we've also got Tesla, which in this account has done a lot of work. We've up $760 on this account, about 30%. So not bad at all there. Got a good red day coming in today, so obviously this is not up as much as it was yesterday. But we've had some really good returns in this account, and you can see in the last 1 month, right at the top of the screen there, about $3,300 in profits there. This brings me to the next one that I'm going to pull up, which is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is another very controversial market, which recently has actually correlated quite a bit to the S&P 500's returns. What that means is that when the US stock market has been going up recently, Bitcoin has been rising. When the US stock market has been falling, Bitcoin has fallen quite a bit. Well, recently I took the opportunity of a big dip here in the cryptocurrency market. When we saw the stock market fall, I also bought into some Bitcoin. Now, I do have a little bit of Ethereum, but it is not nearly as much money as that I hold in Bitcoin. And at this point in the Bitcoin account that I have here, up quite a bit of money there somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 of profit there in the last 1 month or so. You can see we're up 50%, which is not so bad at all. So a very good return there as well. And finally, that brings me to my currency trades, which is probably what a lot of you guys who watch this YouTube channel are interested in hearing about. So the currency trading in the last month or so has been really, really good. If you remember, I mentioned that we had a really tough month about, I guess, the previous month, right? We had a really tough month. I had a really, really serious drawdown for me, which is not something that I'm used to, but it's something that happens, right? To every trader, there's periods of time where you're down. And at one point between all of my market accounts, I was down somewhere in the neighborhood of $30,000. Since then, I've regained that money and made this profit that we're talking about today, which is in the $20,000 range. So the last kind of area of money making is Forex. I've made about $8,500 in the last month or so. Now, the cool thing here is that I've got a couple different strategies, a couple different accounts that I run. Currency trading accounts, I've got some trend following concepts, I've got some reversal concepts, and these have actually performed really well with all of the recent volatility as well. So what's the point of this? I'm not trying to just sit here and brag about the money that I've made, because what I'm telling you is that there are times where things are much worse. There's times where it's not so good. It's not all sunshine and roses, right? We know this as traders. If you've been doing it for a while, you know it's not all easy. And this is not something that I'm going to say I'm going to be able to do every single month. The point of me showing you the really good here is because on this channel, I show the good and the bad, and I definitely remember and feel the pain still to this day of being in the bad that I was in about a month ago, right? And so the point is to show you that by sticking to plans, sticking to your overall goals, and being diligent, consistent, and disciplined in this stuff, there is the chance to return. Now, I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, well, Nick, you made $20,000, but you've got quite a bit of money invested to make that $20,000. And that is very true. I guess the average here is between the different accounts, probably making 20% on most accounts in the last month is really, really rare, right? That's not something that most of my accounts usually go through. I would not say that I make 20% per month. That's not something that I shoot for. In fact, if I have a 20 to 30% year, I consider that pretty good. It's just that with all of this recent volatility, there has been some really, really unique and unusual opportunities in the market with such high volatility to catch things at their lows and to make quite a bit of money if they resurge. And so the point of showing you this is to show you the ups of trading. I hope that this has kind of been maybe motivational to some of you guys who are a little earlier on in your journey. I know that when I first started, these sort of profits were nowhere near in the realm of possibility to me, at least I thought so. Right? It wasn't until years later I've been trading and investing every day for the last 4 to 5 years. It's been a passion of mine. It's been something I've learned about. I've spoken to numerous people about, and I've learned so many things from other people along the way. It's been a fantastic journey, and it's something that I continue to plan to learn in. And it's never really something that you just wake up and suddenly you're just printing money like this, right? This is something that I've worked a very long time towards, and it's not something that I expect to always continue so good, right? I expect there's going to be bad months, there's going to be bad times, and that's the reality of trading and investing. So this is the good. I hope that this has maybe, again, been a little bit motivational to you guys who are out there learning to trade, you're trying to improve. Know that it does take money to make money. This is not something that I did on a $5,000 account. I didn't make $20,000 off of $5,000. That's not what I'm here to talk about, because I don't really believe in that sort of trading. I believe in building accounts and money that you already have and compounding and steadily growing them over time. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do me a big favor, give this video a thumbs up down below if this was helpful to you, if you want to see more of this kind of content. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you back next time.